Alrighty, fellas, it is time for another raid in PokeMMO. This is the Zebstrika raid, level 65, 3-star raid, located over at Route 16 in Kanto, which is just like northwest of Celadon. You can go to different locations. I made a video showing off every single raid location for every single raid in PokeMMO. So if you're looking for raid locations, we do have a video guide on that. But we're going to jump into the raid here in a quick sec. I know we have someone leading with Murkrow with Tailwind. That's very important for this fight. Just having speed control against Zebstrika, which is a pretty fast Pokemon, is pretty important. I think we also have just some powerful, mostly Earthquakers. Most of this fight is spamming Earthquake. I did bring a Sandstream Tyranitar, which I think is very good against this fight, being able to chip it down a little bit, and most of us are bringing ground types and stuff like that. Rock types, either get a special defense boost or just, you know, survive in the sand while chipping everything else down. Important to keep that in mind if you're bringing weather Pokemon to the fight for your teammates. Also keep in mind, this fight does, in my opinion, need Gravity, which is a move that will essentially cancel out the Magnet Rise, which happens, I believe, once it's at 50% HP or like later in the fight. So we're going to jump into it. Mostly just spam Earthquake. Like, I'm going to be honest, these raids have been really easy so far this year. Lopunny is spam 6 fighting types. Perugly is spam 6 fighting types. Grumpig is spam 6 bug and dark types, and like Sucker Punch is really good to dodge the Trick Room later on in that fight. Zebstrika seems like pretty much you spam Earthquakes, but also pop Gravity, you know, later, which is, you know, something to consider later in the fight. And then I haven't done Stoutland yet, so I don't know for that, obviously, for sure. But these fights seem mostly pretty chill. Did we get our... We got our Tailwind up. I don't know if we got some of our... I don't know what happened here. I don't know if we still got outsped after Tailwind or what happened. I'm not sure. But it should be an easy fight. But as we're getting obliterated, we should be okay. Since we have Tailwind up, I probably go over into Golurk next. Shiny Golurk to flex and just have a Pokemon that has Ground, Stab, Earthquake. Should build an Earthquake here. Do as much damage as possible. And it's important to also talk about, like, you know, if mistakes happen in raids, you can still win, and that's okay. And then also, if mistakes happen and you don't win, what just happened? You know, when you're doing so many raids, there's 12 raids to do and to learn in one day for a lot of people. There's a lot of mistakes to be made and a lot of, you know, things happen. That Murkrow's job is to just die there and get out and switch things out, which is perfect. Gotcha. I see. So we're breaking through the Zebstrika substitute right now. Gotcha. That's the main thing. Okay, gotcha. We're basically just do as much damage as possible, just spamming EQs into this. We're not able to do too much damage to it yet, unfortunately, which is, I will say, so one of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of players make, and this is why I brought 5 DPS spawns, and not because of this fight, but just in general, I see this a ton in PokeMMO. I see people actually bringing too many support Pokemon, which is not something you really experience in any other game, you know? If you're playing Overwatch, playing Marvel Rivals, you're usually begging someone to swap to support to heals. In PokeMMO, we have a lot of people who are willing to play the support role. They're willing to set up Tailwinds, they're willing to set up Gravity, stuff like that, but we don't often have enough people actually outputting DPS. So in my opinion, honestly, like, I know in solo queue, support is nice, but I think one of the bigger problems I see is people bringing too many support Pokemon and then not having the DPS to actually finish or kill the raid. So don't neglect DPS. And in my opinion, like, 2 utility Pokemon max should be on your team. And I don't think, it depends on the raid, but if like all 4 of you have 2 utility Pokemon, that's probably too much in my opinion. I feel like maybe 2 of you should have 2, maybe 1 should have 2, and then the rest should all have like 1. No, don't worry about it, Aben Bag. My bad, I thought Encore would work. Dude, once again, the amount of mistakes that I make in raids, it happens every time. Don't worry about it. One of the most important things you can do in raids is just be patient with people. I make mistakes all the time, and, you know, I'm some big dumb streamer who has, you know, 9,000 hours in the game, Tech W, and I still make tons of mistakes. It happens. Like, when you have 12 days to learn 12 raids, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's tough to learn. I solo queued this one, had no tailwind. Yeah, that's rough, to be fair. Bringing your own tailwind is nice. Like, if I were solo queuing this raid, I probably would bring a tailwind mon and a gravity Pokemon, just because that's what you have. Those are what you have to have. But it depends. You could arguably skip out on the tailwind and just bring gravity. It depends. It depends on the RNG, obviously, of what team you roll into. Go into my Discord or your team chat or some sort of community and finding a link of 4 people is always going to be much more effective than solo queuing. But it does seem like solo queuing is much better this year. It seems like they really fixed they fixed the player AI. The player AI is much better this year. So if someone in your raid disconnects or leaves, it seems like they actually click better options to actually do damage to the raid boss, which is super, super important. Yeah, I'm still learning. Every day we get better. Yeah, dude, I think raids are very doable by new players. It's going to be hard. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, raids are easy for new players. They are not. They are not at all. But they are doable in my opinion. They're very, very tough. Very, 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 very tough, I would say, but very doable. And it's how you get... A lot of people ask me, you know, why do you even do raids? Why do you do swarms? Raids are how you get shaman. So if you do... Well, assumedly, most likely, 99% chance. If you do all raids, you'll most likely get a shaman encounter at the end of them. And then for swarms, for those who don't know, if you catch swarm Pokemon and turn them in... Oh, nice gravity, by the way. Nice job. You reached that 50%. That was a good... Perfect time to switch that in. Good eye. Good eye. I think it's at 50%. It goes for a magnet rise. And you can gravity before the magnet rise, I believe. And it will still like take effect or whatever. I think that's what happened here. But it does only last for 5 turns or whatever. Gravity is intensified for 5 turns, making mons involving flying unusable and negates levitate, which Magnet Rise attempts to achieve. Yeah, like if you like once you get past the substitute and stuff, Zebstrika gets absolutely cooked. Like this is a pretty frail Pokemon. This thing takes a lot of damage. I'm also really shocked at how much my Golurk is living. Shrugged off the special attack drop. I don't know who dropped its special attack by... Oh, it's itself with overheat? Is that what's happening? Yeah, I think it's dropping its own Spatak. Is that... No one says Spatak. How do you unlock raids? Yeah, you can just go do them. I think you might have to have like one region done maybe, but you can just go... They unlock as the event goes on. So one new raid is unlocked every single day, essentially. So it's like day 5 of the event. I think another one will be released later tonight. Yeah, no, super fair, Avon, super fair. Hopefully we get another wishing stone after 12 raids. Ooh, boy. That's so cracked. But yeah, it should be a pretty chill raid. As long as you set up tailwinds, get speed control. And then as long as you pop the gravity at half HP, this genuinely should be a really, really easy raid for any group of people with just Earthquake Pokemon. Just bring some Earthquake Pokemon. Also, I mean, as we can see, honestly, I mean, that's just any ground type though. Like Golurk isn't even special. The Zebstrika is throwing off like a fair bit of like discharges and like thunder attacks, which your ground types are just going to be immune to. So we are dodging a lot of like the fact that my Golurk lived here for like 4 turns is wild. Like that's actually insane. The fact that I have 3 DPS Pokemon in the back in the raids at 17% HP. Nice shiny. This might be one of the easiest This might be the easiest raid in the event so far. Like, it's that crazy. Is there a list of where each of the raid dens are? Yes, I have a video on it. If you Google where are all raid dens, PokeMMO 2025, my video should pop up. It's all the same locations. It's all the same raid dens and locations as last year. There you go. It's linked in chat. It was the Stoutland raid. I haven't done Stoutland yet, so I'm curious. That'll be next. Pretty chill day to catch up on raids like this. I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a really good day so far. Just a pretty very, very chill day. Very early stream. I usually stream at like noon, but I went live at like 8:15 a.m. today. Just had to wake up early to dog sit. So it's been a chill day. I realized I'm way more calm in the morning, which is funny. I'm not used to that. We gotta go the Rampardos here. This raid is so easy. I'm just like not even talking about the raid. So apologies for those watching the video. It really is just this easy. It is like such an easy raid. This is probably the easiest raid in the event so far. Maybe of the whole event. I honestly, to be fair, I honestly think the Gyarados raid is the easiest. Fuck, he like outsped me and killed me. Keck W. I honestly think yeah, Rip Pardos. He got to flex though. That's all that matters. I honestly think that the Gyarados raid is the easiest raid when that is out. However, you will need to prepare for it properly. I'm so excited for that raid. I don't know why. My favorite raid strategy is Vault Switch Zapdos against the Gyarados raid, because it is so cool to me that you can literally beat the entire Gyarados raid. Nice final damage. Now we can catch our Zebstrika. You can beat the entire Gyarados raid with literally one Pokemon, which is really funny to me. You could have one Zapdos with Choice Specs, Vault Switch, and then just have like 5 level 80 Magikarps or 5 like shitty like sacrifices or whatever, and that's all. You just switch to those with Vault Switch, and you just kill the. You literally do like 100% damage, or like 7.5 or whatever times 5 or whatever. Nice, there we go. Zebstrika raid complete. 2 times 31. Not great. Kind of a bad catch, but that's okay. In the worst stats and female, that's okay. Next catch will be better. There we go, boys. That's the Zebstrika raid done with. Probably the easiest raid so far in the entire event. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you can get this raid done. Good luck to you. Yeah, on to Stoutland.